Joining us now is David Peery, chairman of MCARE, a social justice organization based out of Miami, and then Judge Glock, the director of research and a senior fellow at the Manhattan Institute with a focus on economics, finance, and housing, and probably the coolest name I've ever heard. Good morning and happy Monday to you both. Thanks for being with me. David, let me start with you and where you fall in this fight. I understand you used to be homeless yourself.
Yes, I slept for several years on the streets of Miami, even though I have a law degree. Bizarrely enough, it was due to an intersection of bizarre circumstances. I found myself homeless for several years on the streets of Miami.
So where do you hope the Supreme Court ends in this final ruling?
So this case challenges the right of people who are suffering in the midst of poverty even to exist. I mean, to me, I just found the issue to be completely questionable here. Why should you arrest people for being poor, for not being able to afford a home, for sleeping on the streets when there's no elsewhere for them to go, no place else for them to go? And make no question about it. People are involuntarily homeless. There's no such thing as voluntary homelessness. Nobody leaves the safety and security of four walls and a locked door to sleep unsheltered on the streets, vulnerable to theft, violence, and sleep deprivation. It just does not happen. Well, I've never met a single person in all the time that I've been homeless and been an advocate over nearly 20 years who has chosen to suffer those circumstances.
Yeah, there are certainly a lot of people who echo your sentiments. There's a lot of people who disagree. I mean, Judge, you argue that these encampments need to be removed because they're generations of crime, death, quality of life. I mean, what approach toward homelessness would you like to see put in place?
Well, we do absolutely have to move people into safer situations. People out on the streets and out in public parks and in sidewalks are not in a sustainable situation where they can be healthy and thrive. We know this because, for instance, the city of Los Angeles now has over 2,000 homeless deaths a year right now. That is absolutely unalloyed tragedy. 25% of all of the murder victims in LA in a recent study were homeless. This is overwhelmingly people out on the streets. And if we continue to leave people with severe mental illness issues, with substantial drug abuse issues, crowded together in public parks and sidewalks, we're going to continue to see death and suffering. And therefore, I respect what most of these otherwise very progressive cities in the West Coast also want to do, which is use enforcement as one mechanism to move people off the streets and into safer situations.
And Judge, you've also said, I mean, you know, to your point that if the city wins this case, the city should build more homeless shelters. I believe you've shared that before. So either way, the city is on the hook, right? I mean, either you have these encampments or you pay for more shelters to be put in place.
Yes, well, you need enforcement as one aspect, a way to move people into a safer situation, which can include shelters, which can include safer areas to camp. Many cities in the West, also in my hometown of Austin, Texas, have used what's called sanctioned camping areas as a safer place for people to go. But you absolutely need the possibility for someone who is in a mental health crisis, someone who otherwise will not respond to merely the option of a shelter, perhaps with some restrictions on it about sobriety or rules or curfew, to get off the street and move them into that safer situation. Most of the cities that use enforcement use it humanely. They don't arrest almost anybody when they're clearing these encampments, but they need the option to help move those hardest cases off the streets.
And, you know, California, you know, to his point, David, California is suffering the highest impact of homelessness across the country. Census reports shows that 50% of the homeless population is Black. What role does race play in this debate, do you think?
Race plays a huge part because of historical housing discrimination. Look, it's no coincidence that the places that have the highest homeless populations are the places that have the least amount of affordable housing. So homelessness is rooted in unaffordable housing. Homelessness is also inextricably intertwined with race. It's actually about 60% of the homeless happen to be people of color, happen to be Black. So homelessness policies are actually racial policies, if not racist policies. So you have to understand that only about 25% of the people who are sleeping on the streets have severe and persistent mental illness. Fully 75% of the folks on the streets do not can manage and stabilize their mental illness. Homelessness is rooted in poverty and unaffordable housing. And so we have to understand that these are involuntary mechanisms that lead to homelessness. People do not choose to be out there.
We will, our crews are there at the Supreme Court today. We're following it closely from day one. Thanks to both of you for hopping on with me this morning, and we'll check back in as the case progresses. Thanks, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. Also, don't forget to click that red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.